We're talking about whether philosophy is evil. And you can include religion inside of philosophy, but is this abstract um, concept, language game, playing with ideas system getting in the way of scientific development? Science, let's say new science starting 300 or 400 years ago, has tried to progress by creating a more, I don't know, social system. So if you think about what science does, is it creates a social objective system, which means it can't just be one person. If a scientist believes his experiment is producing a result, he thinks there's evidence for that result uh, being inductively true, which means it has good predictive ability. If a scientist he believes this, he has to test it, which means he brings in other scientists, he corroborates evidence, he gets other opinions, he writes a paper, he allows for people to criticize that paper in order to make sure he gets all of it right. The idea, the experiment, the paper, whatever. So that's inherently a social system, and philosophy is inherently a white dude sitting in a lawn chair telling you how the world works from start to finish. If you think about most philosophers, they do have an ultimate goal. If you think about Heidegger, even though it was a life driven philosophy, um, like his teacher, he was trying to get philosophy away from science. He was trying to get philosophy into an area where it was more about what you might call meaning. But Heidegger had a point. It was about developing a sense and a reality of what being was. So if you think of pure experience being that criteria, then that experiencing being as it is itself, this unique experiencing being, might be something you could define. Anyway, that's his mission. And so that's one white dude in a chair who liked World War II. I can't say any words other than that. That's Heidegger, and that's him telling you the way the world works from start to finish. And so if that's a kind of compartmentalized view, and that's how philosophy and religion have been developed by philosophical theologians and philosophical academics after Kant, if all of this has been a singular atomistic almost game-like uh, mission to prove ontology or to prove, um, like Wittgenstein, to prove language just needs to be cleared up, bro. Language is terrible. It just needs to get figured out by the great Wittgenstein. If these people, and he was a little more scientific, of course, but um, independent of that, the idea is that science, starting 300 or 400 years ago, tried to do this social experiment where it really pushes forward with what we might call more open democracies. It pushes forward to provide life with better shit. And so, providing the medicine and the transportation, the technology for shelter and energy and all these things we really don't need. We need to live in the woods. But science is trying to do, let's just pretend science is doing good shit. So science is doing this social experiment within a more liberal democratic attempt across Europe and, of course, in the fascist United States of Christianity. So science is trying to develop this, and is philosophy and religion an obstacle? Is this compartmentalized, atomistic? We have absolute truth. We have these singular, compartmentalized white dudes in lawn chairs. Is that an obstacle to the social experiment that we call science? Which means scientists have uh, pressure put on them by what might be called an intellectual, academic, more philosophical language game. Is the movement of science, the success of science, the breadth of science curtailed by this atomism, by this restrictive, I know everything, everything is possible to be known. I'm the great white male in the lawn. I'm actually in a lawn chair right now. It's just metal. But is it an obstacle? And again, this is just a really broad, abstract question because I'm the dude in the lawn chair, bro. I hate science. No, I don't mean that. I love science. This is a pro science video. I don't know a lot about science. I failed zoology and had to drop it halfway through the semester because I was like, wow, this is a lot of shit, a lot of memorization. This is zoology, bro. What happened after I got to organic chemistry? I had to punch somebody in the face. I'm so off track right now. The point is philosophy the bad guy? Is theology, philosophical theology, and philosophy itself, as it's developed, including all the bullshit in the 20th century, is all that an obstacle to a social, progressive, beneficial movement that we call new science? And is, in particular, is philosophy getting in the way of AI? Is it getting in there and controlling these limits and making AI inefficient? Is it making it fascist? Is it um, setting the limits in the wrong place because it's just one dude hired by some company to tell him a bunch of philosophy bullshit that doesn't mean anything, that's circular? That's what everyone says, bro. So that's the question. Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you want this real shit. If you want fake philosophy, go watch people telling you the history of philosophy because we already knew that shit. We get it. Nietzsche was mad. We got it. He didn't really have syphilis. He was just uh uh, whatever it's called when you hate people, misanthrope. So, and he read too much Hobbes. No, he didn't. I don't think he read Hobbes. He liked Schopenhauer. So that's the question. Let me know in the comments if this is possible, if philosophy is the bad guy, theological philosophy is the bad guy, religion and philosophy grew up to get in our way and divert progress from what we might call beneficial technology and put it into some realm of platonic realm of ideas, which doesn't help anyone. I just made that up. Anyway, so that's the question. Please let me know. Thanks for coming. And I don't know. I'm not even that hungry right now. I'm so depressed. Send SSRIs.